In our latest instalment of our sustainability music series, The Green Room, we travelled to Castle Cary in Somerset, England, to meet composer and multi-instrumentalist Steve Everitt. From creating space for nature around his home to beekeeping, embracing remote collaboration and powering his studio with solar energy, Steve has embedded sustainability into both his lifestyle and creative process. His highlights include the BBC's Natural World documentary, children's series Shaun the Sheep, and comedy series Benidorm.
Hello, Steve. Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting us to your gorgeous home. What initially inspired your journey into production music?
It was actually the fact that I could work alone. To be honest. I mean, I was in bands, and quite often it was like being married to sort of 4 people at the same time. And actually, when the technology became available to work on your own with drum machines and some, sequences and computers started to get better, music tech came along. Really, it's the early days of music tech. I'm not particularly introverted. I just preferred to work on my own.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the studio sort of helps you with that creative process?
I like playing with stuff. I think which is why I think it's like messing around with, particularly with the modular, is that if you find something by accident, you can quickly whack it into the DAW or make loops from it, or just do a 10-minute recording of it, slice out the best bits later.
Yeah, definitely.
The thing of modular allows you to choose the separate parts of it that you like or prefer or want to experiment with. That allows me to run this from Logic. So clocks, CV or control voltages. So it's a little bit more advanced than MIDI. This one is actually mostly effects. That end of it is reverbs, delays, distortion. It's a really interesting story behind this one. This set, as it's called, so when you make a guitar, you get a set either side, and the wood for this is made from a wood that's no longer available, or if it is available, it's illegal to use it.
Okay.
Which is Brazilian mahogany.
Okay.
And to make this, you might be able to get an idea of how it sounds. It's got that Cuban thing. So Tony made that, and when Nathan made that, he took out pieces from the same tree
Okay.
that Tony had got and given to him.
Yeah.
So they are literally...
They're brothers.
Oh, wow.
Watch out.
Cool.
It does make a difference to have real drums on trailer stuff. Might break your microphones. Brazilian surdo, it's called. It's the one that goes during horror movies and behind you. It's coming. Sound in this. If you're an artist, I think it's one of the most flexible and interesting jobs for music. So if you're a pop artist, you would be playing, say, that genre for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
Whereas, I've done Turkish music, I've done Christmas music, I've done, epic trailer music and banjos and, pretty much everything, actually.
Can you tell us a bit more about how your studio is powered and what the sustainable process is of how it runs and the energy?
Well, it's powered now from solar. That's fairly recent. That's like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Paying it back took longer 20 years ago than it does now. I mean, we're probably 5 years maximum now.
Yeah.
The amount of energy we're actually saving and the cost of the electricity, of course. It was a 20-year payback 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's now a 5-year payback. So that made a massive difference. The other difference was the batteries. So, like in a day like today, I can go back in the studio tonight and use the batteries. The batteries were the expensive bit, but the batteries are the way that make the difference. I think people are becoming more aware of their environment and how to interact with it, actually. And whether that's because there are more people trying to do the same things and there's fewer resources. I mean, that's generally what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Especially in cities, there's sort of fewer resources for everything. We've all got our part to play now in this. actually, to make the world a nicer place again.
I suppose everyone has different opportunities based on where they are in the world and what kind of access to resources they have. Given the excellent setup you've got going on here, do you feel like these sustainable practices have an influence on your music and the creativity that you use to create your work?
It's all part of the same creative thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have, I think all things have it, plants have it, everyone has it, everything has it, everything wants to grow. The overlook of the world is that, yes, we're all fighting against each other for space and resources, but we're also using those opportunities to improve everybody else's in some way.
Mm-hmm.
That the science of environmentalism is really important because it gives people this sort of insight into how we can change things for the better.
Is nature kind of, part of your creative process in a way?
If at all possible, yes. I've done lots of field recording. There's many places I've been to. I've always took a nice handheld recording device and gone off into jungles or beaches and, obscure woodlands and taken recordings of birds and bees and everything. And I try and sneak those into some of my composition. I came from London, so just having a garden in my first sort of little bungalow that I had when I first moved to Somerset was unbelievable, really. It's like, wow, grass and plants and bees and birds,
And speaking of sort of city and versus country, you obviously grow a lot of your own vegetables. You've got beehives that you have honey from and stuff. So you sort of replenishing and giving back and kind of investing in your environment around you, which I think is something that's really part of that kind of green production music initiative.
We talk of it as a circular agreement, really, with nature, so that we put compost back in the garden from all this kind of waste food or the offcuts of onions and everything else. So it kind of goes back, but it's from your own ground up.
And clearly all of this is so ingrained into you as a person. I'm interested to know what your thoughts were when you heard about Universal's Green Production Music Initiative.
Actually, that will encourage people to find their own way with sustainability. I'm fortunate to have, this lovely house that I live in and lovely gardens. And these gardens were pretty barren when we first moved here. And we decided to be a private nature reserve, which meant, after advised, to do nothing. Except let it happen.
And what do you sort of hope to see a bit more of in the sustainability and music space?
You'd like to think that technology will come up with some answers for some of the crisis or potential crises we have with the climate. I don't know, my aspirations aren't to change or move anything on apart from what I can do for myself, really. I can advise and mentor others. It's simplifying it down to your own understanding of it. Every individual has a different way of being sustainable. Where we live is actually called Windmill Hill. There's a bit of a giveaway in that. During particularly autumn, when there's not so much sun around like last year, and outside it was blowing a hooey and going crazy, and I just thought, actually, if we put some kind of turbine, some small, domestic one in the garden, it would see us through. And so, yes, hopefully some scientist in a lab somewhere is looking at something that can, spin quietly somewhere off in the back of the garden somewhere. And
that would be ideal.
Yeah. So I think wind is a good thing.
And what would you sort of say to a composer or anyone in the industry who wants to be a bit more sustainable? What kind of, would you have a piece of advice of how they could sort of implement something small in their lives to sort of start on the same journey that you obviously started on?
No, I know 1 square metre doesn't seem like much, but actually if everybody in Britain gave over 1 square metre of land just to let it go wild, not to go, ooh, I want to build some decking on that and put a barbecue on it, or just leave it, see what happens. Again, that's about, every individual doing their bit or allowing nature to do its bit. That's what you do when you give land over. The same thing that allow nature to produce its beauty is the thing that inspires me to pick up a guitar and try and make something happen out of it, depending on if I'm getting arthritis or not. I know it's coming. It's the same process, I think. If you're an artist or a creative in whatever, then you'll do that.
It's been amazing listening to your journey and really inspiring, so thank you for your time.
Thank you so
Pleasure,
much.
thank you.